Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mrs. Olivier, and I'm going to present to you, like last week, again, the general ledger of the CRJ because it's such an important part of our syllabus. Right, things to remember when you do a general ledger. Number one, always remember that a general ledger has two sides, namely a balance sheet account section, that is your assets, your owner's equity, and your liabilities, and your nominal account section, that is your incomes and your expenses. Then you must always remember also that the general ledger has two sides, a debit side and a credit side that actually looks the same. So if we look at our balance sheet account section, you will see we will always start in our general ledger with our owner's equity, that is your capital and your drawings, then your fixed assets, lands, vehicles, and equipment, then your current assets, your bank, your cash flow, that is the money in your till, and your petty cash, that is your mini bank, and then your liabilities that can be bank overdrafts, creditors, or loans. And if we look at our how our accounts look with the two sides, if you look at the debit side and the credit side, debit side always on the left, credit side always on the right, it is always the same. You have your year and your month, your day, your details, your folio, short for, and your amount. Okay. Things to remember when we look at our general ledger, especially for the CRJ. Always remember the rules. An asset always increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side, while owner's equity always increase on the credit side. That will include your capital and any income like your current income, and will decrease on your debit side, and that will include your drawings and your expenses. If we look at our liabilities, it will always increase on the credit side and decrease on the debit side. So if we look at our CRJ, we can say that bank is an asset. The asset will increase, so it will be debited. Therefore, all the other accounts will be credited. So if we look at a CRJ like this, first thing that you must see is that we have a day that a transaction conspired on. Then you have your folio number. That is important when you post to the general ledger. Right. Then you have your sundry accounts that go with the date. Remember, if you do not have a column, then you post the transactions in your sundry account on the day that it happens. Right. For now, you take your CRJ and you highlight cost of sales. And on top of it, you write trading stock. Why? Because cost of sales is not money. It tells us about the stock that was sold. So for now, we're going to ignore cost of sales. So we can say bank is still the most important column in your CRJ because it tells you about the money that you receive. So you take bank will equals sales plus your sundry account. So if we take this 36,000, we plus it with 106,200, then we get 142,200. We said that the rule is bank is debited and the rest is credited except for cost of sales. So if we look at our general ledger, on the debit side, we will have our bank column. We start with the date. Remember, bank was a column, so we total it on the 31st. What was it for? Cash receipts journal. So our total receipts for the month, our folio number CRJ3, 142,200. This is debited. Then all our other accounts is credited. The first one was our sales. That was also a column on the 31st. What does it refer back to? To our bank. That's why we write bank here, CRJ3, and then with the 36,000 that we have there on the credit side. Okay. Then we go to our sundry accounts. The first sundry account that was there was the capital. When did it happen? On the 1st. Where does it refer back to? To bank, CRJ3 for 100,000 Rand. Then we had our rent income. It happened on the 14th. Bank, CRJ3, 5,000 Rand. And then your interest on current bank or current account on the 31st, bank, CRJ3, 1,200 Rand. If we go and we add the 100,000 plus the 36,000 plus the 5,000 plus the 1,200, then you will get again the 142,200. So we can say that our double entry is completed For every debit, there is a credit. But now we must go look at our cost of sales because we haven't looked at that yet. So if we look at our cost of sales, we didn't look at that yet. First, we look at the day again. This is a column, so we're going to take the last day of the month. We still need our folio number, but now the sundry accounts does not become so important because we already posted that most. Okay, we said the cost of sales is linked to trading stock because cost of sales actually tell us how much trading stock was sold. Okay, so let's look at cost of sales now. Cost of sales is an expense because it decreases our profit. So that is debited because it decreases our owner's equity. What does it tell us? It tells us that trading stock decreased because we sold it, and it is an asset that decreases. So we start with trading stock, March the 31st. Now it's linked to trading stock, not bank. So we write there trading stock, CRJ3, 24,000 Rand. And on the credit side of our trading stock, we will have on the 31st, cost of sales, CRJ3, 24,000 Rand. Right. So that is the end of our presentation. So to summarize, we will say in our CRJ, the most important column is still bank. Bank is debited and the rest is credited. Why do we not take cost of sales into account? Because it just tells us how much trading stock was sold. It has nothing to do with the cash that we received. So then cost of sales is expense that is debited and the rest is credited. Make sure that for this exam that you look, or this control test now in June, that you look at accounts like trading stock, debtors control, and cost of sales, because that is going to become very important later when you take accounting. Thank you so much for your time.